revitalize them as that new IGL.
Monkey Meatloaf,
Really
thank you so much for that as well. Thank you for the 100 bits.
So
Wait, why does it appear at the top now? Has it always done that?
Interesting, we
And I've
actually
just
see
never
Sark
noticed this.
Instead of Cohen's
Crew on defense, Loud on attack, wall over towards B, and they use Omen smoke with the wall over towards B.
Les wants to try and advance up behind this poison orb here.
Then insta-dog towards A. Great question. I like this pistol though.
Kim plays by Klaus, which is interesting. Typically playing the Viper, and Shy would be the one on the Sentinel, but a small switch
is a good pistol. This nade's savage though. That's pretty much on the head, right?
That hits hard. Sardak is able to get away.
That's crazy. He must run out of there. 16 HP. It literally slapped him in the face a little bit. And we have a lot of low HPs here.
Newly dubbed caller for Crew. It's going to be Heat trying to work his way through rafters here. And Cohen's would love to try and start a pinch here with the players in B main, but this has to happen at the right time. It has to happen together. Shy forced away back around the corner.
Yeah, he saw the little glowing bit above the head in terms of being flashed.
Still 4 defenders on the side. Cohen's and Co have to act quickly, but Sardak has fallen as well. Les is going to bully his way through.
Lovely from Crew. I mean, the nade did so much damage and the cleanup was great. They were very much on top of the fact that the Sky was faking over towards A, so it was most likely mid or had to go sewer.
And crucially,
yeah, it was
that first
impressive.
one, the fight against QCK, a duelist that you're looking at to seriously step it up for Loud at this point in the stage.
You kind of like the pistol from Loud though. Didn't feel like this was a bad pistol at all, but it's pretty good.
And of course, massive shoes to fill in the form of Osbus. That has just been the narrative all of this year when we're talking about this squad. Fantastic start here though for Crew, despite Cohen's best efforts. It was that one tripwire in mid from Klaus that alerted them to that.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
We've seen it so strong in this current meta. It's what Sentinels use on this.
Boy, we go fast up heaven and raise 8 the Omen flash. Jewel goes in. Wait, did they
Melissa gets caught out there,
buy
by the fold line.
force ball?
And now we'll actually see Loud pull it back. Not even towards A main, no, like entirely. Cutting noise and cancelling on this hit. But where else do they get activated?
Yeah, well, big round on this. They go for the force and it's it'll be a massive payoff. They get the kill at the beginning. We've got a trip here. Go double info trip.
Just an easy way to get map control there to pressure and at best get a pick, which is what they've
Crew
done.
use so much util by the way.
Containing over towards B,
And
so
I'm not sure this is the best person to buy Phantom. I don't think we had full util in terms of smokes, in terms of flashes.
He's about to have actually goes for a kill, a little bit risky, but once again going to be able to get out. In similar
This is a hard retake with a judge.
In a full retake situation.
But they got rid of the judge. Okay, they switch out.
Still getting value though. Big Brother presiding over the B side.
Nade once again, pretty much on the head, but only half. No trade on this. Double satchel if he wants to.
From defender spawn.
Got.
2 years nicely done.
Do we check close right? Oh, he swung. I think he thought he was going to get checked. But actually, as we can see, 100% wasn't going to get checked there.
This could be a mass swing from Crew. It could be dangerous. It'll be a trade of 1-for-1, but Sardak is
damn, nicely done. Okay, fair play. And what kind of guns do we get here? Yeah, two of them. Solid upgrades. The force really paid off. Got the plant down. Make sure they got, was it double or triple stinger, I think?
How are you ever going to crack that crossfire? Nigh impossible. Well done from them. And credit to QCK, we were just talking about him. They force into the round. Bold move from Loud. And he opens things up, makes it all possible. And again, we are just looking
that one really pays off.
To step up for this team, get Loud's first win of this stage. A win they need so desperately. Crew now on the eco.
Might be another fast hit towards ramp, or at least Sardak is gearing up for a fold.
Flash hit.
There is no capitalization from Loud.
Flash hits, they then stunned, and then up the smoke, up the they did the was it 100 Thieves or was it Sentinels that had this anti-eco? I can't remember.
Thinking that there could have been a player up into
it was pretty nice from Loud, created a lot of pressure here. Flash goes in over towards heaven, it hits, so they then stun. Then after that, they put the smoke, they put the wall up, and in return, Crew had a bit of a play where they Omen flashed once the util went down, and then they triple swung from heaven.
Crew get dragged over to the B side. Now it's time to strike while the anvil is hot. And that's exactly what Loud will do. Into the side they go. Rotations on the way here for Crew. Kesner is just about to get some action over there at screens, but already 3 players from Loud onto the side. And now they're well embedded, well anchored, with a player left over towards ramp.
Got such good map control.
Right in towards sewer.
Melser gave them the smoke to try and work in, and Kezit takes advantage of it. Clean fight with Sadhak to open things up.
Kawanzin probably unable to believe what just happened there. He had no opportunity to make the trade. 2 years has a great angle. He's able to
Melser is
TP up there and be
playing
a
really
nuisance.
late, and it could work.
We'll get a sniff of this and want to come down, but
I think he got
unreal
spotted.
from heaven. Cruz able to find that key kill. The
QCK saved him in this one. There's a couple of guns down towards site. If that went a different way, that was
very, very low, and Melser will still go for it. No reason not to. Getting that gun off
QCK's been important. Pick on the bonus. Double kill on side that saved them. Literally saved them fully. Like they would have just won the round because of it.
Bro thinks he's on the team. But KRU will take that for sure. A lot of damage done there for against the Loud team. And with an opportunity to start getting their economy rolling, and that's going to get stopped in its tracks.
The reads here from Loud are impeccable, Wyatt.
I do like how they played that. I mean, it was just based on whatever player that was who was hanging around A heard the paranoia that was sent out.
Yeah, he had the trap play.
Info that was, you know, gained from.
They've been doing this trip all the time over towards middle.
Advantage of it. It was really nicely done.
One of my favorite trips.
Early dog here from Kawanzin, going to get broken by Melser, and from that pressure is going to TP off, but a pretty key piece of utility nullified right away.
Have a bit of a pause in the action here.
Dude, KRU are all about punishing over towards A at the moment. We've been retaking B all the time, and we've been wanting to punish A heaven really early.
What they heard earlier.
Louise gets out of there, takes the camera down, realizes Cypher is over towards B for sure. A goes in, they force their way through middle as well. In terms of the map control, Loud are killing it.
Here in the middle part of the map, this will draw some attention from the B heaven side.
What is this round? There's
only
one person. That's a lie. There's 2 people that will get wrecked in terms of lost bonus.
So they're going to be quite fast to retake
I would call this a swing round. Flash goes down, over towards mid, hits one.
He there heard it,
And we still got a nade to shut this down, right?
Okay, up the shot there to the back of the site.
CKS and Snake.
Satchel Clouds, Flash briefly but holds his line. Paranoia comes in, and that one's going to be harder to fight through. 2 years though.
Dude, QCK is doing great.
And now you've got to try and come back into
3
this
rounds now that he's got the most impactful kill.
Les can set up with those in the post line, and once more, you've got the triangle set up with a player in B main. Shy steps up, sat down instantly. It's all up to Melser, yet to find a kill, at least with a Paranoia.
Could be the key piece of utility, but again, look at these positions for Loud, just spread into a perfect crossfire here, even without the spike planted. You know,
I was gonna say, yeah, you want to at least do some damage. I think it's a weird spot to be in.
Perfect crossfire setup. I mean, even still,
kill and saving would be ideal, but
gonna opt to save, bring that hero
yeah,
vandal
it's a
into
lovely
the
round
next
for Loud. They'll take this all day. It's a
something
double
happen
armor
then.
rebuy, but
Of course, a lot of talk about him and being the ex-IGL of the team.
also
was
next round,
last
we're gonna have a good amount of
year, and is now
ults.
swapped over
if they
with
get some
Klaus for
ults.
the sake of his own comfortability, for the ability to excuse me, to pop off, have impact moments, be able to frag, focus on his own game. And we've seen him able to do that so far in this season. I mean, really, all the players on KRU have just been showing off so much of their individual prowess. And just how much that one simple move, swapping that IGL role back to Klaus, has really unlocked some of these guys.
Pretty strong fundamentals there for Loud. Just those trades into B give them a favorable post plan.
And you can see right now Sadhak on the map. It looks like he's ready
this
for
is
a
the same
stun
thing,
going
right?
up
Sky
into
Flash
A
goes heaven. If it hits,
There's going to be
they
a fast
stun.
play up there.
Yep, they've been conditioning this fault line, Wyatt.
Huh.
Now they might look to actually play off of it.
Variation.
And also, though, goes
Straight
deep
up
into B
wall.
main, gets a fair bit of
No
information.
smoke in here, and we just walk. Let's keep an eye on less of smoke. Wonder where this is actually going.
Little bit slower right now.
You see the feet. Clouds pings them out now and even gets a tag with the cam. This is going to force QCK to head back down ramp. Kawanzin to follow.
As they're dropping down, just actually given a hero rifle, but gets swatted down by less.
Absolute shot, man.
Be recovered at this point. Yeah, cage thrown down by Klaus to get it back into their hands. The only real thing that could be the key into getting an upset round win here. And B main is being controlled by Melser, has been this entire round, just putting down a smoke there, which has allowed KRU to play elsewhere on the map, focus more heavily on A, which is where the real hit is gathering up. And Klaus, frankly, he has a
kind of
chance
just
to be the hero
hiding,
with
wanting
that
to see if there's going to be a flash or anything.
He could go crazy.
Double kill trip as well, though.
Perfect off the timing of the
Oh, man.
Cloud strikes. He's found a second here.
Maybe staying alive there would have been better for the trips, but he might have done enough damage. We'll see. What's the timing of the flash send it?
Recovered by Shy. Beautiful explosion by
really
Heat there
good.
from Rafters, and now it's up to less. With the spike so far away, the Seekers are going to confirm the position of the Viper here. The crew have all their angles covered. Melsa doesn't want to challenge this necessarily with just the Sheriff.
10 seconds
But another confirmation that Les is here.
I'm
He's going to have a crack.
Hey, lovely rounds. Really, really nice. Pretty much the hero gun into this to snowball. And unlike the other rounds where they've taken like a lot of map control and created a lot of pressure, this one just had none of it.
Able to swing back elbow. I mean, of course, listen, the first one you're just spraying through the Viper wall, we'll take that.
I mean, it's
Yeah, they were like waiting for a push, but they didn't actually create much pressure.
That was nice. Good for 2, and then this explosion. Oh, I love that.
A really nice flood there from Crew. In the 4v5 as well, Coach Adams happy about that. He's been doing a great job with his squad since last year. The success they had in LCQ up till now. Fast play into B here from Loud. And Kesset shuts it down.
Perfect. Playing off Melza there, hastily getting out of B main.
I didn't see the smoke go down. I saw him absolutely jumping back in, and I was like, what the? Yeah, that's strong though. And with the vision block as well, they just want to make sure that no one's pushed in terms of doing that. This is chilling out heaven.
Let's not forget.
Yeah, I mean, at least Loud are confident.
Shy just jiggling to spot things out. Gonna play this one.
Oh, I like this flash. It's kind of nice.
Spotting. And Kesset getting aggressive, but
Love the movement
going
here.
a little bit awry. At the very least, it's gotten them that space. They've been able to re-clear it, and now it's on Loud to have to re-clear that space again. Kawanzin does have the dog in this 3-on-4
Looks like they're going to the
now.
right side.
But with only 40 seconds left and essentially no map control, this one is going to be extremely tough. If they do end up in A, if they're going to run into that cypher
jiggle
setup
both
as
of
well.
these at the moment.
Heat should he needed has a Trailblazer to re-clear.
This is very winnable for Louds, even though it is a 3v4.
May well spot out Kawanzin on the slow push. He's definitely feeling the pinch a little bit right now. That's a smoke towards screens as Kawanzin starts to encroach. There's the
This guy
re-clear. Now
can
they know.
just chill and delay.
The enemy sky is playing close by. Flashes exchange.
It's not
Kawanzin
chill,
down
it's a
to
lovely
58 here,
reposition
and
though.
Zarnak gets the spike down. Melza so far away from the action. It's going to be a while before he gets involved.
But when he does, he has the paranoia online. Look at all that utility. He has smokes as well, 2 of them. And the trips
the
aren't
timing.
done. This could get really awkward for the Loud guys remaining.
He's still there on the site. 2 years waiting for contact here from screen. Sees it, but is a little bit too late to the shot.
Oh.
Zarnak here now. Rolling Thunder into 1v2. Does he push ahead of this? There was a TP to get past the Rolling Thunder by Melsa. Still has the ability to do that again. Here they come, one after another. Crew double face and finds success.
Yeah, it's a little bit bold with the
Really well done
1v2
from Crew
popping
on
the ult.
retake. For some reason, I thought Klaus was
I
alive.
mean,
Those trips,
it was a big
irrelevant,
round.
but good effort from
And they
Zarnak.
kind of doubled down with it. They lost an ult, and now they have to
Well
eco.
traded out from Crew. Has struck fear into you when you still feel those trips after he's died.
I've watched too much John Cutie at all times on split. I'm way too worried about the Cypher on defense. Anchoring on A, I mean, it's just so strong. So nicely traded out there at the end.
What do you think about that Rolling Thunder there from Zarnak?
Listen, it was a bold move, but he had the audio cue on both of them. He knew that they were coming screens. Listen, I'm not mad at it. Zarnak is honestly, in terms of his individual play, has been really strong recently. Even on that silly deadlock last
Wait,
week,
he
he's
dodged his
going
flash.
off.
Oh
His
yeah,
aim
that's
has
a
been
good
crisp.
timing.
The mechanics have looked good.
Okay, straight up mid here. A lot of mid presence for Loud.
Yeah, and does he swing off of this?
For now.
No.
It's going to allow Kawanzin to embed.
It's just a low buy. We get double hero gun. QCK has his ult. I mean, they got a lot of ults.
He hears plenty of footsteps there in heaven.
Might catch an amazing timing. Look at the 2 players on Crew. They want to re-clear main. Oh my god.
He's gonna go down.
Just taps one down.
Dude, he
Kawanzin
is
makes
so
noise. They're
aware. The
so
little
aware.
jiggle peek.
Forced back now. Still fighting
Klaus,
main
what
is
you doing?
Klaus. A bit disconnected from the rest of the squad, and it gives Loud an opening to get into the site. Oh my
Goodness, QCK.
Oh.
He has a 6th sense for it.
Okay.
Spike planted.
Crew now left to pick up the pieces. Attempt this retake with only 2, and Kesnet, as per usual, wants to waste no time.
Dude, look at this guy behind. Look at KRU Map.
QCK from behind the barrier, but now knows he's there.
KRU Map is the last kill here as well. Hey, lovely, 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 but we overstepped.
KRU Map taking a page out of the Brazilian brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ult from him as well.
Lurking sky activity. 2 times
QCK heads in shambles, bro. He's the only reason they're getting like a lot of rounds. He's the one getting all the impact kills. You could maybe argue that this was the impact kill here, but
I want to say that we're up there in heaven, and then Klaus got in that awkward little
that was
disconnected fight where he was alone in main. Sadhak got that crucial kill to get them to the space to get into the
reach
site.
stun in heaven as well to enable this, I think.
Coming up huge right now, wins them around outright with a fantastic rocket. Man that we're looking at to step up.
Yeah, I mean, he's been involved in all of these. In a very
Once
big part
again,
in all
we have
of
a
them.
non-committal set up here for Loud, and the fault line for Sadhak available. They are walking ramp.
Triple push down, but I mean, they're ready for this.
This is so KRU. Go in an eco. Send everyone mid with pistols. Sadhak is about to get more than he bargained for. And that's the spike.
Yeah, they hear that.
How can they play around it, though, at this point? Still quite scary with the bad weapons. Heat has the Vandal in his hands. KRU have had opportunities.
They realize they
with
push middle with numbers. They take A heaven.
Nice kill onto Klaus.
Spike recovered.
Tui's uses ultimate to do so. Heads up play.
Less here this time. Not.
I was gonna say,
swing on a ramp.
the only way they lose this round is if he keeps him duel in here. It's a nice nade to force him
He doesn't want to get interrupted here.
front of it, though.
Brought down. The anchor presence for Loud on A is very strong. And spike punch should be well protected with KRU.
I would be tempted to call a timeout and tell Klaus to chill a little bit with how he's playing.
Shy, a great player in these
like him just staying alive in both of these rounds would have. Not saying that they would have won this one, but at least the one before.
He just relegated to saving this Vandal.
Looked like there could have been something there, right? KRU able to find Sadhak, but they don't know who else is in sewers. How do they know?
Tough to continue pushing down there, right? Because if they do, they're going to be facing a player.
What are
It's
you
so
going
likely,
for,
right, that they're set up when Sadhak is there that it's a 1-1-3. There's going to be one guy be main, which was the case. And then if more people are coming back sewers, all of a sudden they're in a crossfire with bad weapons, bad situation. And
a lot of money.
Frankly, I mean, just Tui's having his ultimate that round simplifies everything for the Loud guys. 5-3 lead now on split. A great start for them. And we said it before, but this is a must-win game for them, damn near.
And they're treating it like that. Classic little tech is there to recover the spike. Mel's aggression in B main is helping KRU make more informed decisions about whether or not to gamble on that A side.
This is a timeout for what I said, I'm pretty sure.
Presumably looking to try and work around some of those ultimates they build up, a chance to buy back into this round.
Towards B again.
Loud are doing a very good job. They're going for these early probes. Cancel.
Not sure they need
noise,
to. I just think that.
Pump fake.
I think he needs to chill over towards site. There's no need for a Cypher to make that play we saw 2 rounds ago.
Impressed with Loud so far. I think that typically from what I've seen this season, I have been more favoring their attack side play than their defensive play. The calling is still just so good from Sadhak, which we saw last week on Bind when they took that win. And so right now, perhaps getting as many as they can get, and we'll see if things switch up when it goes to the defensive side. But right now,
had so much. I mean, it feels like this team's just kind of clicked now. He's there, really.
KRU since joining the squad last year. Of course, going on that LCQ run.
Although this has been the best performance for them. This really paid off, man. This force buy really paid off. Money is out of control. KRU keep doing the save and giving Loud a lot of money into these rounds. Happened twice now.
You can already see Shy is in mid.
It's a good timeout as well, right? I feel like a lot was going on over towards A. They decided to put the Cypher over towards B because honestly it was just maybe playing a bit too aggro for what you want to see. And they gotta win this round.
Hero ramp with a fault line. Sadhak doesn't have the spike. Left that behind a little bit. Melsa again always wants to fight for more of that early info. Hit by the fault line and the flash confirmed, but no mechanism for follow-up there for Loud.
And Shy not even really feeling too pressured to have to use that pit in mid. Just has the poison orb up with a trip to play off of, and Klaus getting that info B main, which He is about to get this trip.
Yeah,
Is
but
going to have to be broken.
in my mind, KRU are making it very obvious where the
Cam as
Cypher
well
is,
there.
right? They're
We'll
going
see.
a lot of
Just
aggro
one.
towards
Wow,
here. That was
great.
nice, though.
Pops that ult as well. Just needs to slip away at this point. They're going to refight.
It's a good reposition from him.
It's KRU. Works out well. Trying to bring QCK down. Cohen's in a little bit late into heaven. Just a
Yeah,
one.
nice trades on this. I mean, a lot of shots. Once they kind of cleared out a lot of over towards A, just the insta-rotate came in.
On the A side of the map.
Does look like Loud want to go everywhere where the Cypher is right
Trying to
now.
work off of that wall right now is Sodhawk. Slowly
Do they have a read
heads
that it's just
over
like
to
one
the
solo
A
all the time?
side. Some decent space, but of course doesn't know about the player
30
on
seconds
ramp.
left.
What's he
so
looking for?
just hoping to see if maybe there's someone he can find backside, find a pick deep here. Might end up in a fight with Kesnip, but
Oh, that timing.
it's all a game of timings right now. Kesnip spots them out.
What?
It's 1 HP. That is... That's an absolute shot, man. Give me this on slow-mo. How?
So nicely dealt with. They didn't even have to use that.
Can't teach
hit
that
in
kind
mid,
of
so
stuff.
they still
That is
got
just
an
pure
option to use
reactions.
that later. Shy just never really felt any pressure. And again, it's just on clouds. This guy this season just revitalized his career entirely. IGLing and somehow fragging significantly better on the roll than he did last year. Incredible stuff from him.
And
The anchoring, the ult.
We're better to demonstrate this against a team who notoriously hates to play Sentinels in their comps.
Yeah, 2 of them went down though, so
Loud does not bring that in.
they go fast
They
over
love the
towards
double
heaven this
flash,
time, and
and
they
Sonic said it many
don't know if they're
times,
meaning
he
to
doesn't
do it,
think
but they are
Sentinels
literally
are
going to
that
where the
important. He would rather
Cypher
have
is
flashes
every
to
time.
dump into the
Smoke
enemy
goes over
team.
towards B main,
And he does
and
have
we
those
are
in
pushing down
form of
towards middle
4 with the
again with
breach in
2
the
people. Do
sky.
they insta-react hit towards
Good for the
A?
big executes for sure, and they're gathered up for one on A.
Look ready to. Yeah, just waiting for the smokes to go in.
Outside, gets caught in a trip briefly. Klaus down to the paint shells though. He's
Oh.
looking to face up and turn away from the flash,
The
but Sark gets it
double
with a
flash.
second one. Loud dumping that
The
in
double
just as we
flash,
discussed
that
into the
was
side now.
actually
Shy
lovely.
might try and challenge this. No, the aftershock forces him off that rafter angle.
And
Sark is
Sadak
still
here
able to find him.
was not
Nelson with
expecting
it
this
all
other
to do.
flash. And I
Heading towards
imagine it's
screen.
just for people that are timing the smoke towards heaven, and
Sodok as
not
well.
meant to work for the guy here,
Ball is still
but worked out
available. He's
well.
going to send that out. Doesn't catch Melser, but really good position.
Flash
right
goes
now.
off,
Wow,
and
it's
then
gonna
they
be
have
so
another
tough
flash
for him to get
behind it.
anything done
The
here.
people
He's
trying to
just
take
off save
timings.
this.
It's
A good
really
move
cool.
If you look at the economy as well late into the game, they're going to be able to have a good buy on this following round. Loud just, as we were saying, they take advantage of the comp that they're running here, able to pull off these massive executes. That's what the Breach excels at. It doesn't flow well at all times.
Hey, you guys want
throughout
some
the
more
game,
money?
But when you have a big
Here you
set
go.
piece like that, dealing with him is incredibly difficult.
It feels like Sadak sees 2 players come for him there in mid. Communicates that to Loud, saying, hey, I think A is much more lightly held right now. You should
Bit of a
probably
big
just
win, but
contact
honestly,
in there. And so they
money's
did.
so good
So
for
much of this
how many
game
rounds are left, doesn't matter
swirls
too
around
much.
Sadak there as the eye of the storm.
QCK again. I believe he did.
This, though, this
count
does
as
matter
the
in
first
terms of
kill,
money.
I believe when he got that nade in there deep, if I remember correctly, we'll see. Oh, well,
Klaus got it first.
all good. They traded out even. That counts as a first kill and a first death for both. It won't show that on the stat sheet, but we know that in our hearts. QCK has really been doing a better job this game than in some we've seen.
Yeah, they
from
could
him
get this really
recently.
high at the moment.
Impressive
Looking
stuff so
good
far.
for 7. We got 1 hero gun, we got a stinger, triple sheriff. A lot of ult for KRU if they want to pop him. It feels obvious who's playing well from the get-go with like the omen smokes.
away from that if required, and Kesnip was there.
Typically on these rounds, Melser has been controlling B main with ease for most of them. And Loud have just dealt with that with a fault line. Pushed up 2Es to get that space, keep his eyes on it. And then of course in the meantime here it's Less and Cowanzine just working towards the A side. Trying to see if
Cool
any
comes in
crew
to go over
players are gonna
towards
go
A.
for a peek, posted up on the angles.
If anyone would, it's KRU.
And now just waiting for the rest of the team
Where
to
is the
rotate
hero gun?
back on this
All the way over
anti-eco
towards B?
round. And there it is. He finally just too tempted, just had
Eekers,
to find out
pops.
what was going on.
Did one go to sight?
Playing right into Loud's hands. Here they head towards the site though.
Yeah, I mean they just know that none of them went over towards sight,
Will
so
eventually make the way over
free
to A
sight
with
for
3 of
them.
those
It's a
3
hard
players
retake,
grouped up
and that
towards
is a
screen.
spam free
Sadak has
smoke on
latched
top
to
of it all.
Maybe even that was through smoke. That Raptor smoke dissipates, but no one from KRU is taken up residence inside heaven. Slowly, Melsa looks to try and re-clear it and have a vantage point with that Sheriff. But Loud are so embedded here. They're virtually in the walls. Melsa at least is able to dodge away from that flashpoint. Kasnit steps up to me.
Sadok's out in the open, just dueling everyone. He's real confident right now.
On the ramp side, just making things look easy. Sadok is just fragging out in this game as well. This guy is really stepping it up individually. It's pretty mental to watch. I mean, look at him go, 12 and 8, top fragging the server right now. What can he do, Mitch? What can he do?
Tell me, KRU, these ults.
The early hit here as well. It looked as if they were hit by a Trailblazer or something similar. I think QCK stunned as they got into the side, but they were still able to keep walking up.
Nicely dealt with, and now a final opportunity for KRU to get the round, and Loud.
Okay, what is this?
Wealth, absolute wealth on their part. They have
the triple up.
Posted up right now.
Triple up with the backup rifles. And the stun goes in, so they know they can carry on going, and he's going to go all the way and try and take this, and we have a jump peek over towards B, so does he hear it and take the timing?
And then, oh, there's 3 ops on attack right now, ready to drop, pick up a rifle.
Yeah, and here we go for this one. Anyone else?
Fate right now. I mean, of course they have no idea. This is ridiculous, but some opportunities for Loud to get a cheese kill to open this up.
2 years is off the silly sauce. I think all of them have left Vandals in easily accessible locations.
Yeah, this used to be an absolute classic. Just smoke towards middle and then get to the minute mark, then you put the smoke back here.
Sending QCK and Cohen up mid.
Does look.
And at this point,
where are we actually grouping to?
Across the map. There were op shots on both
AK
sides.
into B. Ooh, that pretty changes. Dude, look at the spread on this Viper. That's lovely.
Avoids a rolling thunder. QCK looks to spam through Shile, wants to inch forward. The paint shell's though going to make him think twice about that.
Yeah, and with that, you kind of force him over towards A. And I'm a bit worried about the Cypher.
Klaus anchored on the side, hit by a flash. Cyber Casey give him a little bit of room to breathe, and he wins out the battle. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's going to stay alive now.
Long range showstopper there, sidestep by Sadok, but he's low.
Dude, he keeps picking so much.
Getting involved, but it's up to QCK now.
Great swings.
He's had a great game, but this might be too much to ask for.
5 with the pistol though. Yeah, gonna be a little bit disappointed. Loud should be super happy with this half.
On the pressure wire.
Great big swing from KRU there at the end. The triple face into screens. And listen, this one is close. Both teams right now, they're showing out. I think both teams are looking quite strong. Could go either way.
Absolutely here, Loud with 7. Let's see how this plays out in that final round here. Rough one for Loud.
Just forced into this rotate. I mean, they had to play into KRU's hands because of that pit that came down from Shy. And you could see the instant rotate from KRU. They were so fast to meet them on the A site. They just hurried them over.
The crowd are going crazy.
Definitely a must-win game for Loud so far. And
that same group of 5, I swear.
We're going to take a moment out, head over to our desk to break down the action from Split so far.
Why is the name KRU? KRU Visa, the sponsor.
5 salvage at the end there for KRU, but overall, a bit of a struggle on that defensive side for Klaus and the boys.
Yeah, it absolutely was. They got that win right at the end, but even from round 2, Loud forcing up and beating out to get the momentum back in their favor, it did start to slip away from KRU.
Yeah, it just looked so rough for me because I felt like there were so many opportunities where they could use their Sky to get good enough re-clear information. You know, you knew Loud was using their fault line towards that B main almost every single round, and instead of re-clearing, regaining that info, it felt like KRU just fell off, played a little bit more passive, put a lot of trust into their team to just hold down the site, and the Sky was just playing A every round, not getting any info.
It was a little weird seeing some of those Sky re-clears going on the A site when the Cypher utility was also set up there. And it's not always super problematic to play Sky on the same side as the Cypher, but to, like what you were saying, it's very important to get a forward line
Visa.
usually by
That's
your
kind of sick, dude.
on the
it sounds good.
side of the map, so you do have balance.
But for half the price.
Absolutely, and for the other side on Loud, it's a little bit of a continuation of the last game where Sadok is taking over, winning a lot of these rounds out of the scrappiness. But let's look ahead towards that second half.
I mean, Sadok's always
I
impressive.
would love to see a little bit more util. I feel like all these fights so far have just been kind of walking out.
Haven't seen doing more mid-rounding?
More mid-rounding information.
Yeah, it
and
could be
setting
why,
up
but
to
I mean,
bait that breach trap.
Sadok's always been fragging
Usually
out
how
anyway.
they get that
to be
mid-round
honest.
info is by inserting Kesnet very far up into mid, into mail or vents. That's what I'm looking at.
Loud's gonna have to deal with it, but they already have 7 rounds and a chance to close this out as we head back to the game with Mitch and Wyatt.
And we're on the same page, I think, as our desk here. So much of this depends on that breach utility.
Got a raid boss. We have a raid boss fully. We've got the armor, we've got the frenzy. It's the old school raid boss against quad ghost.
And on the defense side as well, breach here just notorious.
The sheriff. And
so
where are we sending it? Solo send with a double natural to heaven. Yeah, okay. There's no util to set this one up, by the way. He is just. Oh my god.
I mean, almost just some random spam to open things up here.
Yeah, it creates a lot of pressure over towards A, because why would he be here on his own? I can imagine there's some kind of util to set him up. He then joins. Yeah, something changed in all of this. Because they were gearing up to send it here.
He was preparing a paranoia, I think, for that push. Gearing up for
maybe they weren't expecting double towards vents, so they feel like the vision's already been blocked. And the question's already been set because of this guy that he was dueling earlier. Dude, look at some of the HPs. That nade would have been the perfect nade.
Paranoia this time. How does he look to play off of it?
Comes in a little bit later, goes a little bit deeper.
A little bit of protection. He'll take a smatter again. An aftershock from Sadag. Claims heat. Devastating. Less a little bit low. Klaus is actually able to step up and get a cam here in a heaven. This means that KRU can now flood in and play from this high ground position. Paint shells now thrown down, but 2 years is undetected in this low spot. He's able to find Kez at the very least, but it's a one and done. Sadak at 6 HP.
I was gonna say, if he gets one more here. Less low HP, maybe.
Melsa.
Massive
Will
flash.
likely have to play from elbow here. Now Trailblazer is going to look to seek him out.
Yeah, and they get the flash out.
He's a flash over the top, dangerous for Melsa.
Okay, nicely done. Pistol Leech. And do KRU decide? The KRU decide to force into this or not? Dude, what is this? What is this breach damage? They like this, but it somehow hits the corner here. I would love to know how he died.
They were perfectly set up for that. I mean, how can you get in? I mean,
yeah, it is. Oh my god, I'm not sure it hits the corner like I thought, but
I mean, the crossfire set
it's pretty sick. It kind of just locks them into the jewel on heaven. So if they try and bail out, then they just start tanking damage. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
2 pistol round wins now for Loud in this game. KRU with a lot of work to do to make up for that deficit.
Really cool.
Can't ask for more than that in a scrappy matchup that we've seen transpire here on Split. It's a fault line, but no follow.
Yeah, not seen that one before. Guy Flash goes out over towards A, and KRU do not decide to buy into this one. We just get triple sheriff because they got plant.
That you're going to see here when they have that cypher right, just watching towards A. Players probing, trying to take other areas of the map while the cypher tries to find an opening. But on a round where you've only got pistols, I mean, nothing is really going to come to fruition here for the Loud side.
It won't come easy at the very least, will it?
No, certainly not.
Klaus, though, is on the tools. He's putting the work in. And Kawanzin was pushing up on those rafters, gets punished. Less broods within the smoke and chooses his time to swing.
Oh boy, it's like the first half, just the other way around. Just this time without the buy. Luis is 19 HP as well. Oh my, the movement. The movement was the one.
I mean, you've got to be joking. The second I'm talking about the pistols there, they lost one. I mean, how
is there not another gun down somewhere?
2 kills in mid.
No, I guess not. I guess they're in middle.
Never be happening. But when we're looking at KRU, we're looking at the individual skill, the form that these guys have been in the past 3 weeks. It feels like at any point, anyone on this team can hit a crucial shot.
Wow, that's a massive round, and I don't think these guys can get anything. Maybe could have juggled a Spectre over, but guys, there was a Bulldog the whole time in heaven and they didn't juggle it.
Let's see how that went down. You gotta talk me through a way.
Oh my god, I mean, what a shot from Klaus. Oh, let's just, I mean, this awkward double swing.
It's a nice
Again,
round.
What a shot. I mean, these guys have just been so cracked these past few weeks. All of them just feel revitalized individually. Guys that when we were looking at KRU in the past, it was
Yeah,
Kesnet
you add
and
an easy
friends,
half
and
here.
now the
It
friends
falls
are-
apart
they're
because
really
of that.
good. They're
We've got
right there
one
with
sheriff
them.
for less and
To swing that smoke.
a
Didn't
little bit of
expect
util.
the mid presence. Some early action here. 2 years able to get out, but only just. Kesnet could have pursued, but doesn't know about that heaven presence. But now 2 years, he knows his number is up. Kesnet starts to take advantage. Smoke in heaven will cut less than QCK1 out of the action. It's a fault line from afar for Sadak, but nobody
That's getting
remotely
him.
bothered by it. Paranoia
Oh.
actually hits Kesnet there.
Tui's
But
is
it's Tui's
surviving
trying to
for a
cross the
long
safety
time
shot,
here.
brings him
Omen
down.
flash to enable his team to try flat out from
And
heaven,
the
but
shooting range.
they were a little bit too far
Just
away.
Sadak. And he doesn't have much to do here at all. Get some damage done. Oh my goodness, Loud got folded.
Dude,
Small
this
things,
crowd,
Mitch,
man,
but I
they're really
appreciate
behind
that in
KRU.
the midst of that execute, was there an opportunity?
They're in a
probably for
really
Kesnet
good
to just
spot right
push
now.
up,
What's the actual
grab,
econ like in
fight
terms of
Tui's and kill him?
ults?
Yeah, but
Satchel in.
they just slow it down and nade him. This team is just playing a very fundamentally sound game, which is just in juxtaposition to the KRU that we remember of last year, where at times you're watching Kesnet and you're watching a guy who feels like he has to go nuclear all the time,
Feels like
swing
he has
everything.
to win the game for his team in the past, right?
Op goes
Now
out.
he says
Op,
he's the Kesnet that
I mean,
plays
that's
for
a
his
a
team.
drop from someone else. Op
Operator here in
heavy
the hands
armor.
of QCK.
They missing util because of it?
That one though is down
Doesn't
mid.
look like it.
2 years will be staved off.
So
by
Op
that
over
poison orb.
towards middle.
And falling off B main now.
Really
are
don't think they'll
KRU
expect
as
this one.
Kesnet and Klaus just trying to work up, get some space off of that Viper wall. Facing now into the site as the rest of the team gather up with them. Flash is going to get some info from Kawanzine, but not enough to convince the rest of the Loud players to rotate just yet.
This is
don't
a
have big main control
great
now.
reposition from him though.
But eventually they are going to start sending
Yeah, to
less
double
to
up
reinforce
sight,
this
this is
A
good.
side. Anchor players will
Little
be
bit of
Kawanzine
spamming
and
going
Sadak
on.
as per usual.
That often
There was a heal, I think, for Shy, I'm not sure.
And it has allowed less to pick up this angle.
QCK's gonna get out of there.
Potentially up into mid now. QCK is.
He's gonna hear them go back,
They
and
don't go
with
in,
that
they've actually
info,
got
Les
Brand
is
on the
coming
edge.
over.
Another fault line towards heaven here as KRU trend
And
back
this
towards
Omen
the
is
A
too far
side.
away to give him a smoke
Paranoia
on
dodged
sight.
by
Omen flash
Kawanzine, not even
misses.
close. Flash gives no information, but here comes that
These
swing
two on
from
sight,
Main.
man. This is a
Kawanzine
rough
wants to hold
spot.
the line, but tries a little better. Oh my, the anchors!
Double. They were not in good position, and Omen, the only person that could maybe enable them to kind of actually be able to do something in terms of the double flash, was over towards B main. There's a smoke here, gives them all the option.
What a fantastically called round from Klaus. The IGL.
Out of
Just
timing out
as he
after
said
this.
that
Oh man, are we
just
gonna
suddenly
save?
that pressure onto
Oh,
QCK.
this is huge.
You know he's getting worried. He's
We've got a
saying over
9K.
comms that they're coming up vent right now. He has to fall off, and you can see less on the minimap. He was watching heaven from the spawn side. He starts to fall off a little bit.
Jump.
Things are just getting so messy, and KRU take full advantage of it. Then they burst into
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't.
A
I
site,
wouldn't have to.
just
I wouldn't hunt so
swarming
heavy.
the two anchors.
Doesn't need to happen.
I mean, what can
Fine.
they do when they're getting pushed down from elbow, from main, heaven? What a great round from KRU.
Elaborate too. The mid-rounding was pretty elegant.
Absolutely. I just love what I'm seeing from Klaus. This stage.
Just walk up here. Oh, the pressure on Sadak. He
Just doesn't know where to look. He has to just watch everything
Yeah,
at
he
once.
just thinks they're coming elbow as well
He's
at the
only
same
got
time.
two eyes. He doesn't have a third in the back of his head.
Yeah, 2 eyes, 3 A's, but not a hope in that round. Timeout here called by Loud because they've maintained that operator from QCK. They can still play around that. By the looks of
Don't think
things
KRU
here,
know about the op. Yeah, I didn't see it
Sadak
shot.
really doesn't have a whole lot economically to contribute. The KRU have evened up this game. They've lost both pistols here on split.
You talk about the
Despite that,
double
they have made it
flashback
more
aside
than
dance.
competitive.
At the top of the board right now for them, Heat. Just the guy who didn't even think he'd have a place in the league this season.
In theory, like the
guy
two
that
flashes
was
can work
at
off
the
each
top
other
of the
well over
Brazilian
towards
scene
sight,
at the
but they
time, a guy that
need
you
to
were
be in
looking at
different
on the international
positions.
stage, like he is the best player in Brazil, and then didn't even think this season that he would have a team. And of course, I'm
Like
referring
the
to
most
many
common
years
setup
ago,
like
but
that is
what a
Sky
turnaround now.
guy
Picking up a
behind
new
screens, Like this works well with these two doing that. Sky behind screens and Breach here, and Breach can flash like this corner from spawn that you can peek, and then the Sky can obviously flash rounds. Should never both be in this square.
Now, as you mentioned with the economy, he's opted to just get a light armor and a stinger, going to forego better weaponry to get that utility to try and set his team up. A lot of eyes on the operator here, which is actually now, hold on, that's being swapped over to Les. He's got that to watch the line on A, while the rest of the team,
Les,
it looks like they're set up for a big play in B main with Sadhawk fault line in hand, ready to fight.
They want to send it, you would imagine.
Okay, it's actually a defensive smoke, not even a one-way, and yet Loud want to try and push through this.
Oh, what's the flash like? No flash.
Does he have the right angle? He's trying to play an off angle here in advance, but still through the smoke. Here comes Loud. Kesnet's got nowhere to go, but still does the dead.
Holy hell, this was such a bold call in the timeout.
How does he navigate?
This is one of the boldest calls I've ever seen for a timeout.
I thought Loud were screwed when they were jumping out of the smoke.
Yeah, same here.
They get two. How does it, I mean, full blind brings it back to the 2v2.
Not just that. I can't believe that. They're in a favored position now. How about a contact here towards A with no threat? Not that I know that.
That was your big call after a timeout.
Here from ramp, and Louder a long way from the action.
At the very least, Sadhawk is able to recover a rifle from that slew of corpses outside.
I mean, it nearly worked.
And a ton of utility up. His fault line just recharged. He didn't end up using an aftershock or either of the flashes early in the round. So critical on this retake.
Guardian, yeah, the Guardian should have got a kill. It's true.
Shy, the timing didn't favor him. Sadhawk wins it out. Kesnet, a little battered here, a little damage.
Time is low.
Paint shells to his name.
You can tuck in.
He's probably going to deal with a high-low setup here from Loud, but he sees Les first. He swings it. Now the one
he has to
versus
spam
one
him.
for Kesnet. Fault line comes in.
Got no time on this.
He will go down with this ship. Crosses down to 15, and he's done it.
Bro, Kesnet's literally just like, bro, what are you doing? See, you see him questioning what they're doing here. Nakiel, thank you with the prime. Thank you with the 8 months. Appreciate it.
I can't believe they wanted after the initial action. I can't believe
I can't believe this call in a timeout. I've never seen anything like it. But honestly, if that guy hits the shots, is it not a? I mean, they win the round. Yeah, I kind of want to see all of this again. This guy then got the double.
Sadhawk just still in heaven, just wasn't in the right place to trade off of it, just getting a little bit disconnected. Wasn't sure maybe if he wanted to use utility.
8 rounds.
Probably not again. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Crew fast into B main now, taking control.
Oh my.
Is that Rolling Thunder? Limited chance to play off of it though, as a Snakebite will cover the retreat here for Crew. And they'll add some more util on top just to make sure that
we are dumping util into this. Like the smoke though, the smoke's good because it can block vision like you go into this corner on the left, even forces a nade out. What an absolute brawl for B main. Yeah, everyone wanted the orb. We wanted Razor, we wanted to get one closer to Razor. No one wanted them to get an orb. And over towards A, we're protecting this orb as well, so they are on a massive mission to make sure that Kesnet doesn't get his Razor. The whole round was based around it. We even used a breach orb. Deacons goes in, only 2 on site. Right, they can just send it. Shy is just gonna relax. And they both go to B main, and do they even consider this?
In reserve. Will he wait on the corner to his attention now elsewhere? This is when Shy can pounce. He's trying to keep them interested.
They played this so well.
Works out perfectly. Now, from spawn, Loud have to try and find a way out. Fault line to hopefully pave the way. I mean, there's a lot of bells and whistles here.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to save again, right?
And they can't, they know it.
Just no desire to go for that. I mean, you could see the whole time Cowanzine, he was just...
Oh, it's chalked.
He was just sat in vents. And look at the state of the economy. Crew have no problem hunting for this. The wealth disparity is out of control right now.
Yeah, it is. Like, they might as well. They're swimming in money.
No reason not
anything,
to
Kesnet's better off dying here.
10-8 lead now, and it just comes down to that play in B main. I have no problem with how Loud responded to that loss of mid control. They have to take B main and fight there, but they just lose the fights. The Crew players are so skilled.
Not even sure it's that at the moment. They're just playing so weird.
If one of those just goes the other way, totally different round, but they win them both. And that little bait from Heat is so nice.
And at that point, they've got no interest in checking behind them towards Ramen, where Shai was waiting. KRU orchestrate that perfectly. And they're very good at eking out these small advantages that then get snowballed into the later part of the round. And it's not always easy, right, to be grouped up in mid as 5 and sort of create a scenario where you can split.
Double timeout, yeah, in the space of 2 rounds.
Take that heaven control move to the side. And at the start of the round, we see that rolling thunder come out from
maybe
Sardak,
stops going so heavy over towards B main. Or double down and just fully send it all the way out B main.
At least it's not swinging smokes and losing 2 versus
I will say
3.
this, KRU, if they call a timeout and you shut down B main twice, they will not expect you to go aggro B main again. So I would imagine like only one person is watching B for KRU, unless they want to take early control and get this orb.
Kind of slow things down.
You could definitely call to go aggro B again, but it would be the boldest call you've ever seen.
To lose, frankly.
I mean, they've lost 5 in a row.
Heads. I mean, yeah, that is tough. I didn't even realize they're kind of just coming so fast, to be honest.
If I was KRU SDK, my headline would be even further back, and that's hard.
They might at least just go and get the
That's a
orb.
long walk.
Don't think we're gonna see the smoke deep and walk through shenanigans though.
Again, just leaving Klaus over towards A main, gonna control that with the cam, play around the Viper wall set up in the 1-3-1 here. Standard open to the round, gonna dog through this poison cloud. Fake TP as well, or not even a fake, sorry, just CPing high, yeah, to try and get that angle over into vent.
Could leave Melsa here for a time.
Oh, this pause might work. How long does the Omen hold this for? Is they re-clearing vents and they're about to take this duel? Prius? Yeah, now I know we're on Prius.
Expecting at this point, maybe to just see the Cypher, and only sees the Cypher again.
Well, the heal into this one shot, Sardak.
What a peak, great kill.
Sardak saw the Cypher too, but he can
Whoa.
the kill.
Damn, dude, what was his HP on this? 36?
Let's now going to try and make his way out here. A Viper's been thrown down to give them that later access to elbow and some of the site. That's not enough to dissuade Kesset. He still wants to
Okay,
plant.
save plant. Everyone's got to fight over towards site. UCK has his ult.
That could be
Isn't it ready to block him out of the air? Low HP goes ramp. He's coming ramp.
Where does this go? Keston is close by, but he's tucked on the right-hand side. QCK has to know about this. Keston, no way!
Whoa.
He gets away with it. Paint shells, he holds his ground.
Holy, 5 HP. 5 HP comms come in. Would you just spam it? Don't even need to. Oh my goodness, guy is the calmest player. Wait, how is he allowed to... Yeah, how's he allowed to take that angle and not get shot in the side here though? Oh, sick. Heart Attack Jack, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the prime. Thank you so much, dude.
When that team was, struggling, clawing for
because
wins,
of the
he was the
Viper.
guy bringing them over the finish line in a lot of games, and I thought that was a great upgrade here for KRU. And now surrounded by so much
Probably
other
going to
talent.
swing off of that, but I get why he
team just
doesn't,
looks
because he wants to
electric.
drop the ult and he doesn't want to swing because he knows the guy's probably back at sight. That was impressive from Hell here.
And potentially devastating for Loud. They would be out of contention for their first international event. KRU would
Bro,
not
they
be
only got
guaranteed
pistol rounds so
to
far in their
qualify
defense.
for our playoffs, but they'd be pretty darn close.
Oh my god.
Fault line here. The little off center for
Foul
Sardak. He
breach.
might be a bit exposed and is quickly able to get back to safety.
Decent amount of util used already from the Loud side. Trying to go for a little trap play, potentially in B main, find a pick there. At the very least, they're going to retain some control off the one-way for now.
I don't think KRU want to let them have B main indefinitely, but that one way is about to be refreshed. So mid it is.
Contacting up slowly now. But with that cloud going down, they feel pressured to use their info gathering utility.
And
they pick the right side again, double rotate goes in, stun to see if they push back, damage as well. And this kid is wrecking them, back-to-back rounds. Shots. Dude, the shots they're hitting are just disgusting though.
But is more concerned about the ropes rotation. Cam removed. Sardak gives away his position. For Melzer, it's all too easy.
Hey, they're all over
He
them.
needs to get out of dodge. Loud have one more chance to keep this map alive.
Shy is just absolutely cooking in B main. He just can't be stopped. It's another round where he essentially
He's
just
wrecking
gets
them
the
on
pivotal
attack, man.
impact
He
kill
really is.
that gives KRU the round win. But I love the calling right now from Klaus. He's working across the map, getting up into mid, and then they felt a little bit of pressure, and boom, did you see the reaction time on just getting the dog, the boom bot out, pressuring into vent and into heaven at the same time. I mean, you can't ask for any more from Shy, man.
It's elementary from that point, right? The trades are good. The defenders have no heaven control. Sardak's late to the party.
Right, let's check it
There you
out.
have it. Map point coming up here for KRU.
I just, in no point watching KRU, I feel like I've seen quality attack side rounds.
The
like
rice
this.
cooker?
At
I
no
still haven't
point
done
in
it.
their history. At no point have they been this consistent. 3 weeks of
Look at
wins in a
this.
row. About to take another.
This is
map
one of
right
those
now.
savage
They've
mental
had those
losses
flash
as
in
well,
the pan
because I mean you
moments
were
like
up
at
so much, you
LCQ
had
at
the
some of
pistol.
international events, they'll get a big upset win here and there. But this high level
More
of
chances to
consistency
finish
is new
it,
to them.
and looks like they want to just go for straight up A. Is it the double
Right
satchel,
now.
or are they waiting
Gathered
for a
up
flash?
outside of A. They haven't really gone for a lot of big hits. This might be the first time they do it.
Everybody from KRU group there. Sardak takes a licking early.
And they're just ready to insta-send
Shy
this.
here set up to
Molly and
deny
then Molly
Rafters.
Spawn line up's the window.
And there it is. Snakebite, even some trips being thrown down here at the top of ramps. KRU might just want to push their way through A main, but this aftershock is going to be forcing them to wait.
Okay, this time we actually get a
More
smoke,
info
but
in towards heaven. KRU now making
see
their
this
intentions
smoke
pretty clear.
is the Omen can only
Paranoia
reach
also
there,
the
and he still wants to
Rafters.
hold over
Klaus
towards
keeping
B
an eye on
site.
ropes now. Tentatively, KRU start
And
to take
this
control
raise
of this
might
part
have
of the
to do it all, because the pivot over towards B
This
looks
mid-round for
pretty
KRU now is
tempting.
pivotal. They've expended a lot of utility. They know that they've drawn rotates at this point. They've made so much noise. What is the response going to be? They're slowing things down.
They finally crossed that heaven opening. Sardak wasn't watching the line. Too much pressure for him. Kawanzin is low. Look at how bad the angles
Whoa,
are
where's
for
my
Loud.
bullets going
They're
there?
barely alive, but they hold
Yeah,
their
Klaus
ground
is
for
just
now.
crouched
50K
under
chooses
everything.
time to come out from ropes, but
There's
a
no
bullet up in
like
his
micro
face.
adjustment down.
2 years. Makes sound and is forced back. Kawanzin was always going to be lit there. And 2 years is on the outside looking in. Spike isn't even planted yet, and he has to do something truly extraordinary to keep this map alive.
Spike planted.
But look at this setup. How can he crack
Yeah, I mean,
this
how are
one?
you even meant to win this?
Trip behind him.
How are you meant to do anything there? Okay, I mean, ward on attack
Dominant
off.
opener to this series. After that halftime, they lost
Dominated him.
both pistols wire.
I mean, it's one of